He's a former federal prosecutor and two-term governor of New Jersey. And once again, he's a candidate for president, laser-focused on a single talking point. Robert Costa squares off with Chris Christie.
Hey, man, what's your name?
Next president.
I hope so.
Neil.
Neil, we're going to work hard at it, Neil.
Keep on Trump's ass.
Don't you worry about it, buddy. I will. Me and Donald Trump, how much fun will that be, huh? Get ready, baby.
Chris Christie has always been ready to mix it up.
He's never gotten his ass kicked by somebody from Jersey before, right? So we know how to do that.
Christie is now running for president, but you probably recall he's had that personality for a long time.
You should really see me when I'm pissed. Are you stupid?
A decade ago, critics called him the bully on America's boardwalk. Then New Jersey's governor, Christie, sat down with Sunday Morning's Tracy Smith.
Are you a bully?
No. No, I'm not a bully. But what I am is a fighter.
Your rear end's going to get thrown in jail, idiot.
Bully or not, Christie made that attitude and his response to Superstorm Sandy in 2012.
Yeah, I'm going to lose it, really.
Oh, don't you now?
His calling cards.
Please help the governor.
Some Republicans loved him.
One piece at a time, all right?
Others less so, especially after he worked with President Obama, a Democrat, in the aftermath of the storm.
I cannot thank the president enough.
Hi, Governor.
Hey there, how are you?
Still, enough Republicans thought this might be our guy.
Thank you, I'm feeling good.
And even Christie, in the wake of a commanding re-election win in 2013, started to think the presidency could be next.
Do you think so at the time?
Yeah, I did. We were in really good position, and I felt ready, Bob.
I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and that's what America needs right now.
But Christie's White House dreams were eventually dashed. The infamous George Washington Bridge traffic scandal cast a shadow over his campaign. And then there was Donald Trump.
They're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Suddenly, Christie wasn't the loudest voice, and his 2016 bid sputtered to a stop. These days, after years in the political wilderness, 60-year-old Chris Christie is seeking a comeback.
I intend to seek the Republican nomination for President of the United States in 2024, and I want your support. Thank you, guys. Have fun.
We met him on the Seaside Heights, New Jersey boardwalk.
You think he can beat Trump?
I'm not making any predictions.
That's smart. Then you can't be wrong.
A big test for Christie will come this month at the first Republican primary debate in Milwaukee.
Are you ready?
Oh, Bob, I was born ready, babe.
What are you going to say to Trump face to face?
Depends on what he says. I can guarantee you I'm going to tell him the truth for 90 minutes, because the truth matters. And I think Republican voters need to hear the truth.
Do you think he actually shows up for the debate?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
He keeps suggesting he won't.
Yeah, he loves to tease, Bob.
Finish the sentence for me. If Trump doesn't show up, he is a...
Coward. Complete and total coward. A yellow streak so far down his back.
But he might think he's elevating the rest of the field by showing up.
He's elevating? I've never seen Donald Trump elevate anything except for the ego factor.
They won't tell you the truth about Donald Trump.
But Christie's pitch that he's a truth teller who can save the party from Trump, who this past week pleaded not guilty to federal criminal charges for his alleged role in trying to overturn the 2020 election, is complicated.
I gave my plan. You know what his answer was?
After clashing with him in 2016.
Under the Trump administration, everyone is going to get so rich, so wealthy, we're not going to have to worry about Social Security.
Christie had an about face.
I'm proud to endorse Donald Trump.
Even vying for a top position in the administration. But after the 2020 election,
Frankly, we did win this election.
Christie broke with Trump.
What did you say in your last conversation with Trump?
Told him he should concede the election to Joe Biden and go to his inauguration.
What did he say?
I will never, ever, ever do that. What else you got? I said, I have nothing else, Mr. President, because there is nothing else.
Christie knows what critics say. Hypocrite, opportunist, flip-flopper.
You say you broke with Trump in 2020 when he wouldn't concede the election, but you must have had character questions going back a long time about him. When Access Hollywood happens in 2016, why wasn't that a breaking point for you?
Because elections are choices, Bob. There was still a choice between him and Hillary Clinton.
Some voters might be already asking you were with Trump. They may even say you were sucking up to Trump. What do you say to them?
Just what I just said to you. In fact, it did happen in one of my early town halls up there. And I said to the guy, look, I made a mistake.
It was a mistake.
But I'm telling you why I did what I did at the time.
What about voters who have a little skepticism about how you've been anti-Trump,
Look,
with Trump, anti-Trump.
I'm a good Republican, and it was clear to me Donald Trump was going to be the nominee. And at that time, I had a relationship with him for 15 years. And I wanted to make him the best candidate, and if he won, the best president he could be. And I make no apologies for that. And I did the very best I could for 4 years. And he failed me, and he failed the country. And on election night of 2020, when he stood in the White House and said the election had been stolen, when he had no evidence to prove that, that moment was the breaking point for me. And to me, there's no turning back.
Still, the question lingers over your campaign among some Republicans. Are you a flip-flopper?
No, Trump abandoned me. I'm no different today than I was when I supported him in 2016. He's the one who kept classified documents against the law, that lied to his lawyers and lied to the government. I had nothing to do with any of that. He did.
On the trail, Christie is plowing ahead.
You can boo all you want.
Convinced he can emerge as an alternative to Trump, even if others aren't so sure.
None of his secretaries of state would work for him again. None of his attorneys general would work.
But do voters care about any of this?
Well, they should.
Republicans.
They should, but the case has to be made, Bob. No one's making the case. No one is.
Christie's case might as well be a flashing alarm.
Are you saying you believe Trump wants to be a dictator?
I don't think he'd have any objection to it if we were willing to give it to him.
That's serious stuff.
Do you come to any different conclusion than that?
Do you think he's a danger to democracy?
Well, I don't think he cares. And the proof of that are his own words when he said it's okay to suspend the laws and suspend the Constitution. Preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution is what the president takes an oath to do. And he said it's okay to suspend it. These are his own words.
But it's not all about Trump. Christie is also running as a more traditional Republican, including on foreign policy. And on Friday, he was in Kyiv to underscore his support for Ukraine and to meet with President Zelensky. Christie's other positions are a smorgasbord of GOP standards, though he doesn't lean into the culture war. But even as he makes inroads, he knows he's a long shot.
So you bought the paper this morning, you drove here by yourself. Are you okay being an underdog?
Oh, yeah. In every good race I've ever run, I've been an underdog. But I feel like I'm an underdog on a mission.
That mission for now is taking on Donald Trump his way.
I oppose him for his incompetence. I oppose him for his broken promises before we ever get to any of the criminal indictments.
What's the truth on Trump?
He's a completely self-centered, self-possessed, self-consumed, angry old man. And he doesn't care about anybody else other than him. And if he were ever to become president again, I'll take him at his word. He said, I am your retribution. Well, he's not our retribution, Bob. He will be his own retribution.
Why is everyone else in the field seemingly avoiding Trump, tiptoeing around him?
I think it's one of two things. They're either unwilling to do it because they have aspirations, maybe a vice presidential bid or a Trump cabinet, and some of them are just unable to do it. If you want to be the man, Bob, you got to beat the man.
But let's say he wins the presidency again. A lot of voters might wonder, would Christie come back to Trump's inner circle?
No, not a chance.
100% no chance.
100% no chance.
Because you've moved around a bit.
100% no chance, Bob. Take it to the bank.